It's your dividend friend, Jewel. How are you doing today? Today, I got a really interesting question dealing with the HELOC. You know who you are. I'm going to answer your question. You simply asked, do I have to only use a HELOC to pay down my debts? Answer to that question is absolutely not. There are many different options. I'm going to propose one today because I know that some people are risk aversive. They don't feel comfortable using a HELOC. Remember, a HELOC is, I'm going to give you a real crash course. A HELOC is a home equity line of credit. It's when you use the equity in your home to take out cash. With a HELOC, typically it has a higher rate than what your mortgage probably is going to be, but it also uses your home as a collateral. So if you don't do it the right way and you're not disciplined, you overextend yourself in your HELOC, guess what? They're going to come after your house. Everybody's not comfortable doing that. Personally, for me, I do the HELOC because I know that you have to be disciplined, number one. Number two, you have to know what your strategic plan is. For me, it's I'm using it to pay down my debt. Now, you may say, why would you do that? Only because I'm coming away from the amortization schedule. Remember, it's based upon a loan. So, as the amortization schedule is, you're going to pay the same amount of money every single month. So much is going towards that principal, so much is going towards that interest. Once again, it's front loaded with interest. So whenever you take out a loan, you're going to pay all that interest up front, really before you hit the hard principal, which is why I think a line of credit is better. Because as you pay down the line of credit, guess what? Your payments go down every single month, only because it's calculated off the daily average. So let's say if you started off with $50,000 the 1st of January. Well, you have a set payment you're going to pay with the line of credit. But let's say you pay down $10,000 in February. You're going to pay the interest payment due on the $40,000 and not the $50,000. Now, with your mortgage for 30 years, it's the same. Even as that mortgage gets ran down, let's say if you only owed $100,000, you're going to pay the same payments if you owe $500,000. With line of credit, you're not doing that. And also remember, it's revolving, it's open ended, which means as you bring your balance down, you can continuously take and pull and pay back. And also, with the HELOC, is typically what they call a 20-year term. You're taking and you're taking and pulling from it for 10 years and you're paying it back in 10 years. The way we do it is that we pay it back every single month. We run it down so that our payments are less and less every single month. For example, I also know that with me, I want to be done with my car payment. I'm like $10,000 in, I'm done with my car payment. Instead of me going on that amortization schedule, my goal is to go ahead and say, look, I'm going to chunk off from my HELOC, take $10,000, throw it directly and pay off my car. I'm done with my car. That payment was $450 a month. I'm done with that. I freed up cash flow. Now what I have to do is to turn all of my attention towards my HELOC and begin to pay out of my HELOC to pay down, right? I got to pay it down. But as I pay it down every single month, my payment is going down every single month. With my car payment prior, it was just staying the same, staying the same. I don't want a 4 or 5 year car payment. I want to be done with it. So therefore, I use my line of credit to pay it off. Then I begin to pay my line of credit back. Okay. Let's also talk about a personal line of credit. If you're not a homeowner, or if you say, I don't want to use my home as collateral, I'm just not feeling that risky, go ahead and take out a personal line of credit. Remember, those do have a higher interest rate, but you're going to use that to work for you. You're going to use that personal line of credit to pay down your debt. So you're targeting it. You're not just taking money out just to have fun. You're saying, listen, I have a $10,000 debt here. I'm going to use that to pay that debt completely off. That wipes it clean. That frees up cash flow, extra money. If it's a car payment for 450, now you have that 450, but you're going to target it with the line of credit, the personal line of credit. You're going to begin to pay on that. And also remember, just like a HELOC, a personal line of credit, every time you get your balance down, it's going to be less payments per month. Great. But here's the other caveat. If you don't have a home, or you don't want to be too risky, or you might say, a personal line of credit, it may be good and all, but it is a higher interest rate to take out a personal line of credit because there's no collateral, but you have a savings account. This is your golden ticket. You are your own bank. With your own savings, you're going to pull from that. Let's say a scenario, you have $15,000 in credit card debt, or you have $30,000 sitting in an account. Hope it's a high yield savings account. It's just sitting there. Make it work for you. That way you're not going to the bank and having to go through all those pre-qualifications of, do I have enough credit? Is my credit score good enough? Is my house have enough equity in it? I'm taking a line of credit. They're gonna run your credit. You don't have to do any of that. You are the bank. You're sitting on $30,000. Make it work for you. But you may say, Jewel, I don't want to take my money out because guess what? Now I'm $15,000 less in my savings account. No, just like you would pay back your line of credit, you become the banker, you're going to pay yourself back. Scenario, you make, let's say, $5,000, you bring in $5,000 in income, but your expenses are only $3,000 per month. You're sitting on $2,000 reserve. You can actually take and target that $2,000 and put it back in your savings account. So it'll take you about 7.5 months to pay yourself back that $15,000, as opposed to using a line of credit, have to pay those interest fees. And I always say with line of credit, people say, well, I don't get it. It's still a loan. It depends how you look at it. A line of credit is open-ended, it's revolving. So as you pay it down, your payments decrease every single month. That is our goal. But because you are your own banker and you've used your savings account, you're just going to pull from that savings account using your positive cash flow. Remember, that is your money left over after you paid all your bills. In this case, they had $2,000. If they take that 2 times 7 months, $14,000, let's say half a month, you paid that back. You're done, you're free and clear. And on top of that, you're not stuck with a 3 or 4 year car note trying to pay that 450 every single month. So not only have you paid yourself back in 7.5 months, but now you have another additional $450 freed up cash flow. What are you going to do with that? Well, I hope you just keep on investing in your savings account. So to answer your question, and you know who you are, yes, you can use other options to pay down your debt. If it's not a HELOC or a PLOC, you can use your savings account. I'm just trying to be a voice. You make the choice. I'm your dividend friend. I'm here until you win. Continue to keep following these videos. I think as you follow them, it's going to begin to click. For years, you guys, I was like, I was scratching my head thinking, what are they doing? But one day, it's like it all became clear to me. I understood it and I saw it. And people might say, well, that's just debt accumulation. No, it's not. If you're taking out the HELOC, PLOC, or your personal savings, and you're intentionally targeting that to your debt, that is being very smart, and that is making your money work for you. So your debt comes down. So you're getting closer to becoming debt free. Now I'm going to post up another video here talking about paying off that house. You guys, you don't have to be in the 30-year mortgage payment. You can get that house paid off in record time. Once again, we're going to use positive cash flow. In this case, we're going to go ahead and say this is a homeowner, but maybe they're not a homeowner, but maybe they have a lot of debt. They're trying to pay down their debt so they can become a homeowner. Well, if you want to take out a personal line of credit, you can do that. If you're sitting on savings, use it to work for you. That's all. I'm just saying, I mean, hey, I'm not about gimmicks or empty promises. I just know one thing: when it works, it works. You guys, it worked for me. I just want to help you as much as I can. Look at my videos. If you need any questions, have any questions, hit me up. I do really reasonable consultations. I love to help people. I've discovered it and I want to be a huge resource for you. I'm your dividend friend. I'm here until you win. Until the next time, we'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.